Welcome back to my book channel. My name is Lady Lauren Explorer, and today I'm going to be talking about a dark romance from an author that I found because of her other dark romance. And that's Chantel Tesser, and this one is called Sabotage. This is dark. Well, not as dark as AA dark, but this is still dark. It's also a taboo romance as well as being dark. But if you know the ritual, then you know parts of everything that comes about, but this happens in the very end. Let me just say that this starts off very crazy. They just have you jump into the situation, and I was not prepared for what I was reading at first, because I was just wondering what was going on. I had no idea that this was happening right then. We have Colton and Riley. They are step siblings a year apart, and they've been in a hate sexting relationship since they were 17, 18. So it's been a while. It's been 5-6 years since it's started with them, and everything is going crazy. Colton sabotages all of her relationships because he doesn't want any man to be with her, and Riley is just someone who likes a particular kind of kink when it comes to the sex world and basically her relationships. She's tried goody-goody, and she does keep most of her goody-goodies until they then get run off by Colton. So then she's back with Colton and all that kind of stuff. Colton is actually getting very tired of her being with other men. He's basically, at this point in time, willing to do anything to make sure that everyone knows that Riley is his and will always be his. That's just how it goes. Again, this is very crazy. Very crazy. And it's how this whole plot goes is basically he makes a sex tape and then he sends it out to everyone. So everyone would know that him and her have a relationship, or at least are having sex with each other, which is very wild when you think about it. You seeing your friend in a video with her brother, but you they're stepbrothers and sisters, but it's still weird. And what did everyone do? Call her a whore. Nothing but. And there is some very descriptive things that happen to both of them, as in him doing things to her and her liking it, even though she says no. So this basically is dubious consent. There is blood play. There is a lot of him being very dominant and her just going along the ride. And I'm sorry about my voice. I've been sick with a very, very horrible sore throat. In Texas, we had a freeze that happened, and I can now talk. And so I wanted to get these out the way, so sorry about my voice. This is very dark when it comes to the kink factor of their relationship, and it's not this is short. It's 220 pages long, but most of it's erotica, and then there's a sprinkle of plot, especially him letting everyone know that she is his, and her boyfriend finding out and him being humiliated and all that kind of stuff, that leads to another situation that happens with her, and that also leads to like the trigger warnings in here. There is R word. There's murder, a lot of blood, a lot of like very descriptive actions of what happens to someone towards the end of this book. It's a lot. Just being prepared for that. I'm gonna be honest, this book is like a 2.5 for me. I read it, but I didn't enjoy reading it, mainly because of how rough everything was. I'm realizing that like the roughness I just don't really like in my stories that I'm reading, like slapping, the bruises. It's just like a lot. Carving things in people, like I'm just not about that, and it took me out a lot, especially since like he's very rough, and then he's also has her go with other people sometimes, and I'm just like, oh wow, okay. Like I love a reverse harem, I love a polyamorous relationship, but like how the situation happened, because it's in the very first, like you're jumping into that scene, and I was like, whoa, this is like a lot going on in the first 20 pages, and I was not prepared for any of it. I just jumped into her on her knees and him groaning, and it was just like, wait, are you not gonna introduce you guys? Like it was a lot. But this is like subtly connected to the ritual because of the actions that the boys do in this book, and you'll see that towards the end, especially when it comes to the description of what happens to the guy. It's a lot. I don't know where this fits in the world. I don't know if this is like the before, because it might be, because in the end of this, it talks about the ritual as in like a coming up or something. So maybe this would be like a prologue or a 0.5 before the ritual. But I still would just read the ritual before I read this. Because if I read this and then thought about reading the ritual, I probably wouldn't have read the ritual. I'm just saying. Well, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I didn't like entice you not to read this book, because I don't want to not have you read this book, but like this is like just my feelings on it and what I took from the book. I'm just learning slowly that some things I just can't do in my stories, my dark romances, and blood play, knife play, and like the physical marks, the like slapping and stuff, just not my thing. You know, there might be a book in the future that will let me get into that world, but so far, no, not for me right now. But I hope you enjoyed this. I post a video Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes Sunday, so please be subscribed so you can figure out when be notified when I post. And I will see you all in my next video. Yeah, I'm just rambling, but bye. Love when they shake and they kick, and I know you're back, look, baby, no, I can support you. I'll be a man, don't let cry while I shoot you. I won't talk.